Hey, how's it going? Swatch with me. OAT Art Studio 28 watercolor paints. Okay, this came as a kit, watercolor art kit, I think it was called. I don't even have the box anymore. That has been discarded. And I've had this kit since December 2024, and I haven't yet played with it. Oh, I have played with it. Oh, I have to show you that picture before we get started. So I'm just going to show you the paints come in this. If you go to Amazon and you search for watercolor paints, you will see a whole bunch of these palettes of sorts, these paint things. I don't know. So anyway, this comes off very easily, and you can use it to mix paints in if you want to. The kit also comes with a little palette, a little plastic palette, and 4 water brush pens. But unfortunately, I checked yesterday, it is not available. I don't know if they're ever going to bring it back in stock. And the reason I bought it is because it also contained the OAT Art paper, the OAT Art Studio hot pressed paper with texture on it. That was very loud, I'm sorry. You can see that texture, and you might say that is not hot pressed because there is texture, but this paper in particular, and I haven't been able to find a decent replacement because I can't get the paper either. OAT Art Studio, please bring this paper back. Creates the coolest designs when I do watercolor and sea salt pictures, and when I grate watercolor pencils onto this paper. Awesome designs that I can't really get or can't imitate, I guess, with regular cold press paper. So these are the colors. I'm gonna actually go this way on this tiny piece of piece of paper that is now 6 by 9 here. Okay, this is the picture that I drew yesterday, or painted rather, and it looks really cool. I love it. It did fade a little bit, but you know, because when it's wet it's much darker, and that's pretty much the norm for anything that you paint. First, when it's wet, it leaves a darker image, you know. So it didn't lighten that much, but this was it. That is so cool. I started up here and I did kind of like an unboxing of this one, but I had to discard it because, oh, it was horrible. And now that I've, you know, taken everything apart, I'm just not going to. You're never going to see that unboxing. I'm very bad at doing unboxings, and my swatching videos are technically not reviews, because although I will give my 2 cents worth, as so to speak, my opinion about the paints, because I haven't, especially for the coloring media that I swatch that I've never used before. Now these I used yesterday, but I didn't use all of them. What did I use? I used the blues, the purple / violets, couple of the browns, yellows, oranges, back to green and blue. Oh, the greens I also used up here. Pretty cool. I love it. I think I was going for like a geode type of look or something. I could take that is white? Why does that look yellow? Let me see. Oh, that's not really white. Get it better. So these also, if you look at them, they kind of have a matte I don't know what that is in the red. It's probably blue. Matte finish to them, right? Not shiny or anything like that. There might be a bit of filler in here, I guess. And what I don't want to do... Oh, that's, I don't want to pre-spray these because by the time I get to the color, it'll be dry. So that's another thing. Okay, that has a yellow tint, right? A tannish tint. Interesting. Not true white, I suppose. Okay, now you're going downward, Tammy. I really do have to tell myself what I'm doing because I'll go straight across and well, I could go straight. Oh, okay, let me do that. I'm gonna go across. I'm gonna put it like this to keep myself from going down. Nice bright yellow there. Might come down even more on zoom wise. And move this over. Sorry, talking with a brush in my mouth. A brush handle, not the brush. So nothing to worry about here. Yesterday I was wondering if I could... I might have to shorten these areas there. Yesterday I was wondering if I could label right below the paints. But no, there's clearly not enough room to do that. The suction part of this little scrubber at the bottom is coming up. That's a bit on the annoying side. Oh yeah, I definitely need water there. Maybe I should take the sprayer to just spray the individual paints. Okay, now that I have that, I see I need to have use up less space here and a little bit less space here so that I can move things over so there'll be a slight slant. I hope that doesn't drive my some of my viewers crazy about that. I do apologize. Okay. Maybe it has something to do with the big round circles because they're pretty big. Yesterday too I was wondering if I could take these out of their little things, and I don't think I can. I think they're glued in. I know you're not going to be able to see the color, but I don't want to confuse myself. Don't confuse yourself. What's that, like yellow ochre, possibly? Where's that water? Where's the water in the clean water portion there? I'm dipping too far down, I think. It looks like not enough color. Not enough water, I should say. I'm sorry. Oh, okay, I am going across. I'm going across instead of down. Stop talking. That's what distracts me, I'm telling you. My talking. My thinking. I want to tell you everything possible. And I was telling my students that earlier this week. I want to tell you everything, and then in the process I can't get a lot of things done because I want to make sure you get all the information from my head. Not enough water. That's my problem. A lack of water problem. Okay. Ideally, excuse me, I would like to go down. Let's see if I can do that. If I can concentrate on that. Oh. See now, like, okay, I am gonna go across at least, possibly for this. Because switching from pink to green and the color doesn't come off completely from the brush when I wash it. Even when I wash it, soap and water, warm soap and water. Nope, not even then. So kind of keep the same similar-ish colors. Pink to red to light orange here. I can tell that there's not enough. I can tell there's not enough water on there. You can just tell. You can hear it too. It's kind of scratchy. And that looks like too much water. I can't win. Got a nice orange tint in the water here. Oh, is that a brush hair possibly? Ooh, that's a nice pleasant set of colors there. Now can I go down? This is an odd, you know, pink to green. What were you thinking? That goes to the manufacturers. We're going downward, going down. That is a bristle from, that looks like a cat hair. What? Who put cat hairs in my paints? Yes, that is one of the problems with having cats and wanting to do artsy things. I set these out to dry completely overnight, so that there is a possibility that a cat hair wafted over and planted itself on the paint. Oh yeah, yeah. An olivey color here. Possibly too much. That's like khaki, right? This is olive. This is olive. So this is kind of a khaki color. I'm gonna have this is gonna be a very short card. Another thing I'm very bad at is measuring it out. Like last week, I did a very good job of that, measuring out the distress. Not last week, but 2 weeks ago, the last time I swatched. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. That's okay. I don't mind. I think I did. Artesa has a set of paints like this, and I think I did that. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the blue. Okay, so I covered the top 3 here so that I don't get confused, because I will. Just because it's morning. Yes, it's morning. I can't believe I'm awake. I'm telling you. What the heck? What the heck, lady? Where's the water? Beautiful blue, a beautiful lightish blue here. What color would that be? Also, I don't know what that is. Maybe that's from this. No. That cannot be from this brush. I like this brush. I'm kind of violent on that little scrubber at the bottom of this base here. That is totally obscured by the colors. I'm just horrible with this. Okay, I fixed it. Practice makes progress, right? And isn't that the expression now instead of perfect? Because there's no such thing as perfect. This would be lavender, I think. And this is a violet. This is magenta here, I think. From what I remember yesterday. Don't get distracted. Be mindful. Yeah. When I'm on video, last week, I have to apologize for last week's video, because I jumped track on quite a few topics. So I apologize for that. Also, I've been telling myself, don't apologize. Why are you apologizing? But sometimes I do feel the need to apologize. For example, when that video, at the beginning of that video, my neighbor, I don't know what my neighbor was doing. Just a minute, I gotta get something out of the way there. I don't know what my neighbor was doing next door here, over here. We share the same building. But he made, I think he might have been playing a video game or something. It was very loud, and I could hear it. And I didn't really think that that the microphone would pick it up so well. Oh my gosh, the microphone really picked that up, and I thought, okay. And then I thought about apologizing in the description, or pin a comment apologizing. I thought, no, I'll just maybe apologize during this swatching video. I was just thinking, like, that's a different color, right? Yes, okay, it's a slightly different color. Now we're gonna jump over to magenta. That's just crazy. I guess I'm not supposed to do it in this order, but this is the best way that I saw for everything to fit on the card. And trust me, look at all this extra paper I have. That's awesome. That's a beautiful magenta. I think this one is Prussian blue, I think. It has a really nice color to it. This, I think, is like a warm gray, only closer to brown than... Oh, never mind. Never mind. But yesterday when I put it on the paper, it had more of a brown tint. I could have maybe not rinsed out the brush enough, but I really give this a good scrubbing, so maybe I shouldn't. It's bringing up bristles or something. Okay, we're gonna go over to this beautiful, this is ultramarine blue, or blue, just plain blue if you want to think of it like that. Or, oh, this is cerulean blue, right? This has more of a cerulean blue color to it. When it dries, it'll probably dry more blue. Closer to just standard blue, or... I suppose it could be ultramarine blue. Really, that depends on... I'm going to make sure that I have that, because that's a very light green there. OAT Art Studio, I noticed on their little storefront, they do have 72... And see, I jumped ship again. Did you see that? Oh dear. I need another brush or something. Let me see if I can take out more of the blue there, because I am picking up whatever blue was left behind. Okay. And now I need to take some of that blue out. So we have a light green color. Oh, wait, come on, come on. Oh, that's gonna be too watery. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, way too watery. So there's a 72 color set that OAT Art Studio has, and I think that's out of stock as well. So I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're revamping, maybe they're getting a new manufacturer or something. I have no idea what they're doing. I really wish they would bring back the paper though. They also have a set of oil paints. I really don't want to mess with oil paints. They tend not to dry. They tend not to dry very well. Like the mementos, those are not oil inks, stamping inks. They are, I'll just make sure that, okay, they might still be in the drying phase. This would be black. I guess it doesn't matter if I mix it with with purple. But those took weeks. I'm gonna have to look at them again and see if they have dried, because those took weeks to dry. Weeks. Now that is very uncommon for a stamp ink to take so long to dry. So I'm wondering what on earth is... And it's not just because, I was thinking, oh, well, these are really old paints. I've had them for a number of years, several years even. So maybe that's why they're not drying. But people who wrote comments or reviews on the Amazon page were saying these do not dry. So no matter how long you wait for them to dry, you can rub your finger over it and pull up the color. And that is a bad thing if you're making greeting cards, for example. So that's a bad thing. Maybe that's why they got rid of them. Maybe that's why they're no longer offered. I don't know. Okay, what a beautiful set of tiny little swatch card. I'll take it. I'm not going to redo the video, You can, whatever color you like, you can just say, let's see, like there are 4 columns of 7 colors each. You can say, I like all the yellows, the blues, the greens, the purples, and the violets. I like all the purples and the violets, but I also like this blue. Look how dark that is. I put too much paint there, maybe, or something. But here we have, that is this color here. And it is, I think it's here and also in here a little bit. I added it. It was, I think it was the second color I applied to the paper. So this one, which goes down when it's wet, cerulean blue, and when it dries, it appears to be ultramarine blue, maybe. Maybe this would be considered not Prussian blue, but perhaps dark ultramarine blue or something like that, or just dark blue. And this is blue or light blue. There are no color names, so I'm not really going to worry about it. Whatever color you think it is, that's the color it is. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and apparently color is too. That's all I have for you. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and have an artistic day. Bye.